the fence.
Oh, and a goal.
Wanda's in front of him. He's inside the 10.
Oh, blocked from behind.
Cut off the glass, no problem at all.
Fifth, one for the cradle.
Got locked up.
One guy that's got an angle on it, and he cuts back on it. Damn ball! And Cravat couldn't grab a ball. He's fly to right field against the wind. It's out of here. Carries it. We're tied at 19.
It's ICRC-TV high school basketball tonight. Some SWAC sports action in Oxford, Ohio for the Harrison Wildcats and the Talawanda Braves. After Getchin alongside Dalton Norris with you for this one here at the Talawanda Gym in Oxford. Dalton, two teams that are struggling this season. Only one win between these two combined in the month of January. They're struggling right now. They got to get something going here.
Struggling is an understatement, really. For Talawanda, in January, they've been 0 for 6, and then their home record has been 0 for 5. A big thing that they're going to have to work on is going up against a 1-7 Harrison Wildcat team in January.
Conversation here in high school basketball. Right now, really not these teams here as far as a playoff run concerned, but once we talk about next year, what's the step in these few games as we end the year to get ready for next year for Harrison and Talawanda?
Well, for Talawanda, a big thing, Evan James needs to be basically the guy he's been all year. He needs to take the shots that he needs to make, but also a newcomer that's been huge for Talawanda is his brother, Craig James. Craig James has stepped up for Talawanda tremendously this year, and I think he's going to carry this program along the way.
Harrison beat Talawanda the last time out in Harrison. We'll see what happens tonight, the starting lineups, and then the tip coming up on ICRC-TV. And so we are set and ready for some basketball here tonight between the two teams in the bottom of the SWAC. And we take a look at the success these two teams have had as of late. It's two bad streaks. These two teams want to snap tonight, and one team will snap a streak tonight. Harrison comes in on a 6-game losing streak, and the Braves have a 7-game losing streak. Harrison coming off a 64-60 loss at Northwest on Monday, and Talawanda played Tuesday. They lost as well at Baden, a 67-50 loss. They're glad to be back at home in front of the home crowd on this Friday night. And it's Talawanda who wins the tip. The game is on, and we are ready to go. Evan James with the ball for Talawanda first. Comes to the near side with it. David Croucher looking to go down low. Josh DeWitt, the senior, the big 6'8 senior. And they get it out to another big senior, Ty Hornsby, who misses the shot from the free throw line. And it's Harrison's turn. Wildcats work it up. Connor Kinnett Gave it up far side there. This is Spencer Kinnett. Cole Combs works it. Logan Weber. All the way across they go. Kinnett got stripped for a second by Winkler, and Harrison regains control. Cole Combs, a 5'9" sophomore. Kinnett all the way across, and a three by him is no good. Connor Kinnett passing to his brother Spencer. Ball worked back out on the offensive rebound by Harrison. Good ball movement early on by this Wildcats team. Talawanda hasn't touched it since their first possession. Spencer Kinnett working down low. He got denied. 3 Braves there under the hoop. Josh DeWitt to Evan James, and they're up the court quickly. Here's Tommy Winkler. Makes a move, charges in, and puts in the first basket of the game and the first 2 points.
It looks like the Braves are going to try to get it more inside of the paint to take these shots, while opposed to Harrison, looks like they're going to try to spread it out on the perimeter. Talawanda struggled a lot with perimeter teams this year, especially against Northwest in prior games, but we'll see what Talawanda can do.
Connor Kinnett, near side they go. Cole Combs wide open for the three. That shot no good, and Josh DeWitt uses his long reach for the rebound. Here's Evan James down the court, down the left side for the Braves. And the ball got stripped from him there, bringing a foul called. It'll be on Logan Weber, his first, the team's first, and we'll get an inbound here. Evan James, the inbound, finds Josh DeWitt outside the perimeter. Hornsby regained control, but can't get the layup. And it remains a 2-0 game. 2 minutes into this one. Logan Weber, near side. Kinnett attempts another three. That one no good. Overshot that one. Kinnett only a 39.2% field goal shooter on the year. Spencer Kinnett to Connor Kinnett, his brother. Connor, the 6'3" sophomore, actually taller than Spencer, the 6'2" junior. And the Harrison coach right now livid. And the Wildcats will call a timeout. They've been working the ball around well, Dalton, but just haven't been able to make any offensive drives so far.
No, they haven't, Patrick. And one of the biggest things is Talawanda they've been playing their big men a lot more just in the beginning of the game. They've taken more shots underneath the hoop by using their big men. They've struggled with that a lot this year. They've been trying to have like Josh DeWitt and Ty Hornsby shoot on the perimeter when they just stick to underneath the hoop. That's been their struggle this entire year. And it seems that Harrison's just going to try to shoot over top of them on the outside because they haven't tried to go underneath the hoop inside the paint yet.
And they've struggled at home too. Braves winless on their home court this year, 0-5, and playing in their 6th home game, second to last home game as well tonight. They've gotten all 3 of their wins this season on the road. Harrison not a good team at home either. They're only 1-6, and this ball's going to come out of bounds. It will go Talawanda's way. Connor Kinnett had it. Josh DeWitt with a good defense pinned him against the line. And DeWitt here to inbound it. Finds an open David Croucher, the junior who also played a lot in the JV game earlier. Double duty here tonight, hands it off for Winkler. Gives it back for Josh DeWitt, top of the key. Finds it passed for Winkler. Croucher wants somebody to move in, finds his screen. Here's Hornsby, the nice spin around move, and he puts it in for another 2. And the Braves have an early 4-0 lead with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Connor Kinnett to the near side. They found Weber, and back outside to Combs. And a foul whistle here. Spencer Kinnett had the ball and trying to go back to the top of the key, get another look at the Hornsby basket. Good athletic play from him. So Winkler commits the first Talawanda foul of the evening. And it's Frankie Young back, who was fresh into the game for Harrison. Big star athlete at that school. CJ Young the 3, wide open. And the 6'2" sophomore drains it. CJ averaging 6.2 points per game this season. And it's now a 1-point game. Tommy Winkler almost falling back. Here's Josh DeWitt. Back for Winkler, charging down inside, got the shot off, no good, and DeWitt the putback. Josh DeWitt, the nice athletic play, and it's a 6-3 basketball game. Mike Browning had the ball for Harrison. Now Frankie Young, the 6'4 senior, takes a jumper. That may have been blocked on its way to the hoop. Here comes Evan James back down for the Braves. James gets one off near side. DeWitt the three, a long one, and it's good.
Josh DeWitt seems like he's fired up today. It's a fire that we haven't seen from him all year. Last year he won Player of the Week, and he just hasn't seemed to play with that same fire. But as of right now, he's hot.
Here's a three at the other end by Harrison, and that's good from the corner by C.J. Young. And that's a three-point game. 2 games ago, DeWitt fouled out the last home game against the Braves in the third quarter. He got a bad foul and then a technical on top of it. And that was really a big setback for him. Had to reverse his playing style. Here's a nice pass inside. And DeWitt will get the assist. Ty Hornsby already up to 6 points in this game. And here's a steal by David Croucher on a pass. He's down the other way. The layup is good by him. And the Braves are up to a 13-6 lead. One of the best starts we've seen them have all year. Cole Combs to the far side. C.J. Young, the long three is good. Another three by C.J. Young, and he's up to 9 points in the game. He scored all 9 of Harrison's. Evan James had it stolen away in front of the bench there. C.J. Young took it. He's a star so far for the Wildcats. Another three by Young. That one no good though. But the offensive rebound comes back out for Mike Browning. He attempts a jumper off the backboard and in. And now a 13-11 game as this first quarter moving quickly here. Evan James, David Croucher back for Josh DeWitt. Harrison bench yelling wildly right now. This ball tipped up in the air. Frankie Young able to keep it in, but he goes off Ty Hornsby down there. And the ball goes out off of Talawanda. Another look at the three-pointer by DeWitt. And the other one by C.J. Young. One of C.J. Young's many threes in this game tonight. Josh Bender for Harrison. That one almost tipped, looking for Young. Spencer Kinnan had it. Young looking to go down low. Hornsby the tip, up for Croucher. Croucher down low, has numbers the other way. DeWitt the in. A Talawanda offense that is on fire tonight.
Absolutely. When you have a 6'7" player like Josh DeWitt, why would you not pass it to him every time you get even close to scoring? He is a guy that can change a game instantly, dramatically, and basically set the tone for how this game's going to fall.
There's another steal under the hoop. Turnovers helping Talawanda tonight. Evan James down. Croucher the jumper. That one no good. It was an air ball. Missed too far left. And Harrison gets it back.
Turnovers have been an Achilles heel for Harrison this entire season.
Another three by the Wildcats. And guess who got it? C.J. Young up to 12 points on the game. He has scored 12 of Harrison's 14. We're already in the final minute of this first quarter. Tommy Winkler out for DeWitt. He attempts the three, a drawback, and let's see if they call that a 3 or a 2. Looks like they did give it to him. So now a 17-14 game. Young charges in, gets that shot off. That one too far over the hoop, and played here by Winkler. Winkler over the line in, 20 seconds to go in the first. We'll see if Talawanda wants the final shot.
You know, this entire season, it's been all about Evan James, Evan James, Evan James. But in this game, they've spread the ball out completely. They're using their big guys way more, and Josh DeWitt is fired up.
Evan James, the last minute layup attempt couldn't go. Less than a second to go now, and Harrison can't get the shot off. And that ends the festivities in the first quarter. You'd think it would not be as close as it is. Talawanda's offense playing one of the best quarters they've played all year. Harrison, though, playing right with them. And it's a 17-14 score after the first quarter. And we mentioned turnovers, Dalton, is one of the key factors coming into tonight, and Talawanda has been pretty lucky on those, especially under the hoop.
Their defense has been shut out. While you go to Harrison's, we talked about turnovers for Harrison this entire year. Basically, if you look, in every game, Harrison has turned the ball over way more than Talawanda has, and Talawanda is capitalizing on Harrison's mistakes.
And size another factor as well. We were talking earlier before this game started about how much taller Harrison is compared to Talawanda.
Definitely. Harrison has 10 kids above 6 foot compared to Talawanda, who only has 7. And about 3 of them don't even actually play on the varsity team.
Look at the class breakdowns of these two teams. Harrison has a pretty good mix going. They have 5 sophomores listed on the roster, 3 juniors and 5 seniors. So they'll get rid of a good chunk of their seniors and their good players at the end of the year, but they have a good crop of sophomores coming up who will fill their roles along with the 3 juniors. Talawanda, a much more veteran team, 6 seniors, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman listed on the varsity roster. So they will miss, or get rid of rather, 6 seniors on their varsity roster after this year.
And we talked about Harrison's sophomore class. How about we talk about number 14, CJ Young, who's dropped 12 points already tonight, scored most of all these points, and he's going to be a key player in this game.
Has been a tremendous factor tonight. Already up to 12 points, and CJ Young just went out of bounds there on the near side with the ball. Turnover here for Talawanda. Another one that the Braves get, and it's Craig James. He is the freshman. He's made a big impact on this team this year. He's been a big piece of energy for it. Doesn't usually start, but they like to put him in middle of the way through games. Connor Kinnett with the steal. There's a nice block by DeWitt, but he gets the foul. Prevented him from scoring the 2 points. And that will be DeWitt's first of the game. Good steal though by Kinnett, the 6'3" sophomore, and he heads to the line for 2. So 3 fouls for the Braves tonight and 1 for Harrison. Thus far in the first half, and the first free throw is good by Connor Kinnett. And at the next one, and that one's no good. Evan James and Craig James, a couple of sibling pairs out there for either team right now. Braves have it near side. Here's Ty Hornsby. Far side, Winkler had it, and it got bobbled around. Spencer Kinnett trying to go over the center line. He will. That one tipped by Evan James, and Evan James up the court. Dodged a diving Frankie Young. Gave it off to Craig James. Ty Hornsby, though, with the attempt there, couldn't get it to go. And back the other way in transition. This is Connor Kinnett trying to move in there, and a foul whistled behind the play by the official in the back. And Craig James, a freshman, whistled for that one. And that'll be the 4th Talawanda foul as a team in this half. Down low they go. Quick play there. Frankie Young with the basket. The 6'4" senior football star as well. Second on the team in basketball in points per game, but also the star quarterback for Harrison on the gridiron. Evan James, top of the key. Comes near side. Here's a 3 attempt by the Braves. That one no good. They like to live outside the arc. Both of these teams have so far this game, especially Harrison. Connor Kinnett now trying to go in there, and a foul whistled on the play. In a game that is tied at 17, 2 pretty evenly matched teams in this one. And Josh DeWitt will come back in for the Talawanda Braves. And Ty Hornsby will come out.
If we look at the SWAC standings right now, Harrison is just 1 game behind Talawanda. This game could decide who could potentially be last place in the league.
Of course, nobody wants to be in last place. CJ Young there was fouled on his drive to the hoop. And we'll see another inbound from the junior Spencer Kinnett. Looks like the Braves will make a substitution here. Ryan Heenis, the junior, comes in for the first time tonight. Tommy Winkler will take a break. Spencer Kinnett with the inbound. He'll find Frankie Young. Young charges around. Got that shot off, but it was no good. And played by the Braves. Here comes Evan James across the center line. James moves in, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Charging in there was Evan James. CJ Young fell over on the play, and it's another turnover. Ball goes Harrison's way. Second foul of the night on Evan James. 6:08 to go in the second. Hornsby now back in for the Braves. Frankie Young with it. Connor Kinnett. Across for CJ Young. He attempts the long three, and it's good. CJ Young is amazing tonight. 15 points already. And the Wildcats with their first lead of this game. It's 20-17. Ryan Heenis down low. DeWitt attempts a jumper. That one no good. And it looks like this strong start offensively for Talawanda slowly fading here. Connor Kinnett dishes one off. Another three by Young, and that one found its way in as well. And Talawanda has had enough. They will call their first timeout of the game. 18 points already tonight for CJ Young, all coming from outside the arc.
He's definitely not afraid to take that shot across the arc today. He's been shooting threes from all over the court, not just in one different spot. He's going to be a difference maker tonight in the game.
The 6'2 sophomore having one heck of a game. Again, averaging only 6.2 points per game coming into this one. Already 18 tonight. We're not even outside of the first half yet. So the timeout called by Talawanda there. They obviously want to improve their defense outside of the arc, but what other adjustments are they going to have to make here during this timeout?
They're going to have to stop these open shots. This perimeter defense that they've given up, I mean, you look, CJ's already scored 18 points. That's going to be a problem because he's going to be a difference maker in this game, and they're going to have to come out and they're going to have to shut him down.
And we've noticed this become a pattern for Talawanda this year. They have started games off really well. They've pretty much always carried a lead into the end of the first quarter, and then after that, something kind of happens, and this team starts to get lazy, a little bit undisciplined, and then the score kind of tilts a little bit, and we see that happening right now. It's been the pattern this year for the Braves, and they just haven't been able to solve it, no matter what they have tried this year.
A big part in this game is going to be how Talawanda reacts after halftime. They've struggled coming back out after the half, and their defense has been playing sloppy, and they've turned the ball over a lot.
Greg James there, and looks like he went out of bounds. Carrying the ball for Talawanda, and Harrison will get it back. Bad turnover there for the Braves. And Greg James not having a big impact tonight. He has no points, 2 fouls. And CJ Young draws the foul there behind the half-court line. Ryan Heenis whistled. And that was single bonus for Harrison. Not a good foul to take. First foul of the night for Heenis. CJ Young, the 1-and-1, misses the first one, and Heenis gets the rebound. Dishes one off for Josh DeWitt. Far side, Craig James charges down the left side, gives it off for DeWitt. Heenis back for DeWitt. Hornsby trying to work there, down low, and a foul whistle on his attempt to score. This is going to be against, I believe, Frankie Young. So Hornsby will shoot 2 and try to make this one a 1-possession game. Only the second team foul on Harrison tonight. When we talk about the undisciplined Dalton, already 8 fouls for the Braves in this half.
They're going to have to watch that going in because a lot of their big players in previous games have been in foul trouble really early. And it showed going down into the game.
Hornsby goes 0 for 2 at the line, and it'll be Connor Kinnett who dishes off to his brother Spencer. Back for Connor. That one tipped by DeWitt. They save it though. Down low they work it. Spencer Kinnett, and this is going to be an offensive foul. Hornsby flopped after he made contact from Spencer Kinnett. Talawanda bench like that call, and the Braves get it back. It would have been an and one had the foul been called the other way. Craig James, the point guard.
See, coming in this game, we figured number 24, Connor Kinnett, was going to be the big asset to this team. He is in first on the team with a 10.4 points per game average. But as the game has been progressing, CJ Young's been the star for this team.
Here's a shot. That's good. By Matthew Bowling. Three-pointer there makes it a three-point game. Harrison with the ball now. 3:54 to go in the second quarter. There's a shot no good by Connor Kinnett. And Matthew Bowling able to dish it out for DeWitt. Here comes DeWitt charging in. No foul whistle there. Got the shot off. No good. Couldn't get his own rebound. And it comes back down the other way. Here comes Kinnett charging in. And a foul whistle there on his scoring attempt. And Matthew Bowling will be the guilty party for the Braves. And it looks like two shots will come for Connor Kinnett. Braves have one more foul to give before a double bonus. Kinnett, a 52.7% free throw shooter, makes the first one.
The two people that have been the eye of this young storm have been Craig James and Matthew Bowling. These two have been playing since midway through the season, and they've been big assets to this team.
Bowling a sophomore on this team, and Craig James a freshman. They've definitely played at lower levels of the game. Craig James with it now. Here's Josh DeWitt. Trying to go down low there. I think he was looking for Bowling, who ducked his head trying to miss that ball. And it will come out of bounds. Here's Cole Combs, the 5'9" sophomore for Harrison. Spencer Kinnett near side for Combs. Frankie Young had it, and there's an attempt no good by Cole Combs. And Talawanda able to get the ball back. Matthew Bowling up ahead. Here's DeWitt. Trying to go down low. Hornsby there, makes the shot. And it's back to a three-point Harrison lead.
I think to win this game, Talawanda is going to need to stick to their big guys and ride them out this entire game. They've made a lot of easy shots by just using Ty and then DeWitt by going for an easy layup or going for the easy two.
Here's an attempt by Frankie Young, and that one is good. Add two more for Harrison, and it's now back to a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Craig James, Braves drawing up a play here. Hands one off for Josh DeWitt. Coming in there was Evan James, and this pass is going way out of bounds. Nobody on the Talawanda roster would have reached that pass way over the head of Craig James. And Cole Combs for Harrison. Frankie Young. Combs dishes off. Spencer Kinnett. Near side for a pass. CJ Young had it. Frankie Young again. Here's a play by the Wildcats. Can't draw it up correctly though. Spencer Kinnett couldn't make the basket. Evan James far side. He charges in, and we get a foul whistle on that play. This will be against Frankie Young, and it'll be his second of the game. Another look. So Evan James at the line here. He is a 76.1% free throw shooter, leads the team in that department. Also leading the team in scoring, 16.4 points per game is his average. And that is his first point of the night, as we're inside 2 minutes to halftime.
He's been a huge difference maker this entire year. Talawanda's going to need to give him the ball to score more points. because that's bad when we're in 1 minute and 53 seconds left of the second, and that's only his second point of the game.
Braves definitely rely on their top scorers. Haven't been producing well so far tonight. Browning off of Combs. Our side they work it. Connor Kinnett all the way across for Spencer Kinnett. Made a nice pass there. Down low, C.J. Young trying to work. Got it off the backhorn, but a little bit too low. And now Evan James up for DeWitt. DeWitt the jumper. He pulls up there a little bit too hard. And the rebound to Spencer Kinnett. Works it up the floor to C.J. Young. Near side he goes. He gets off another three, and that one's good too.
He's fire red hot right now. It doesn't seem to me that he's going to stop shooting from around the perimeter yet tonight.
He has almost as many points himself as his entire Braves team. 21 so far for Young. Wide open Hornsby. Below the hoop. Able to get that one in off a nice pass from up high. And less than a minute to go now in the first half in a 4-point game. Connor Kinnett. And that pass missed everybody. Mike Browning was the intended target, but it was way behind him. Evan James for his brother Craig. Now Matthew Bowling. Here's DeWitt. Ty Hornsby. Nice layup play, and it's a 2-point game. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Cole Combs, a 5'9" sophomore. And Harrison now will try to create an opportunity here for the final shot. Spencer Kinnett. Near side, they try to work it. Craig James was on C.J. Young, able to get this one out. Here's a three by Combs. That one no good. And it ends the first half with Ty Hornsby catching the ball. Air ball, they yell. It is a 2-point game. A pretty tight 2-point game going into halftime. And Dalton, your impressions so far?
Well, Talawanda needs to come out in the second half, and they need to use their big men more than ever. Because Harrison's defense has shut out Evan James to only 2 points in this first half. They've made him a non-difference maker. But the difference maker that has been made is Josh DeWitt and Ty Hornsby. Those big men have been leading this charge tonight, and they need to continue it going into the second half.
So it's Harrison 30, Talawanda 28. We'll go into halftime and be back with the third quarter after this on ICRC-TV. Back here for the second half of action. Patrick Esche, Dalton Norris with you here on ICRC-TV. A 30-28 lead for the Harrison Wildcats after we witnessed a very close first half of action. And Dalton, you and I looking at the halftime stats, we noticed turnovers. Turnovers not really that big of a factor right now in terms of the margin, but it's 9-7 Harrison who leads it. But if you look at the points off turnovers, Talawanda with a 10-3 advantage in that category.
This entire season, Harrison's Achilles heel, we talked about in the first half, has been turnovers. Already in the first half has been 9, and Talawanda has gotten 10 points off of those turnovers, while Talawanda's only made 7, and Harrison's only capitalized on 3 points of them. The real key tonight is going to be how Talawanda reacts coming out of the second half, because they've been a slow team to start, and it's really killed them going on in the game.
See how that goes on. Early foul whistled right after the tip-off, and the ball coming out of bounds there. So a 2-point game, team switching sides. Evan James will inbound it. He's going all the way across for Josh DeWitt. DeWitt near side, moved in. Dishes went out. Tommy Wickler, the 3 attempt. That one no good. And Spencer Kinnett will give it off for Cole Combs for Harrison. Goes back for Spencer Kinnett. Charging in there, had a wide open lane, but couldn't make that shot. And Tommy Wickler will take it for the Braves. Winkler all the way back down, found the lane, charged through it, and he'll earn 2 free throws at the line here. Falling down and sliding to the wall. And he has a chance to tie it up. Good effort there by Winkler.
Tommy Winkler's been basically a fireplace this entire year. He's made plays that he's had to make, and he's really built basically the foundation of what's going to happen next year, because he's going to be one of those leaders coming back.
More of a utility type player than a score sheet type player, and he's filled his role pretty nicely for the Braves this season. Doesn't make the second one, and Connor Kinnett will give it to Spencer. Beg your pardon, that's Cole Combs. Working against Croucher, now Spencer Kinnett. With the ball here, charged in, Braves defense collapsed on him, and they were able to block down that attempt by Kinnett, got a piece of it, and that shot by Spencer Kinnett doesn't go. Evan James back down the court for Talawanda, they work it up quickly. Josh DeWitt, back for Evan James, he charges in, dishes one outside, wide open, Croucher the 3, no good. And CJ Young picks it up for the Wildcats. Top of the key he goes, CJ Young. Working there against Winkler. Harrison bench wanted a foul, and they will get one here. This will be against Winkler.
It appears coming out of halftime, Talawanda's made the adjustment on putting Josh DeWitt back out along the perimeter for basically the majority of how long he's been in. Basically, in the first half, they've had a two-headed monster with him and Hornsby, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out for the two of them.
That shot is good by the Wildcats. Sam Heimkreiter into the game, the 5'10 sophomore. You saw Spencer Kinnett come out of the game there. He will take a break. And here's a bad pass and a steal by Connor Kinnett. He comes down and puts that one in as well. And just like that, it's a 6-point Harrison lead and a timeout called by the Braves. A good start initially, but kind of fell off there the last few possessions.
And that's what's hurt Talawanda all year. They've come out red hot in the first half, but in the second half, they've slipped. And that's really going to hurt them, as you see here on the replay of an easy layup that should have never happened because of a turnover.
A bad play on a turnover. And what is now a 6-point Harrison lead. Less than 2 minutes here into this third quarter. Take a look at the point leaders for each team right now. Ty Hornsby leads that category for Talawanda. He has 12 points on the night. Next to him would be Josh DeWitt with 9. And for Harrison, the man who we have been talking about all night, CJ Young with 21 points, leads all players in this game in that category, and he's shot pretty much all of them behind the arc.
And it's funny because him and his brother both made first-team All-SWAC in football. So not only are they making big plays on the basketball court, but we've seen in the past this team who played LaSalle in the state playoffs can make plays in just about anything they do.
Lots of sibling players out there tonight for either team. Evan James, a nice athletic play. Makes it a 4-point game. And Cole Combs There's a nice steal. Wickler charged in, has it open, layup, but he got it through. That ball kind of danced on the rim for a little bit. Didn't know if it was going to go through or not. Finally fell. Now a 2-point game again. Here's Cole Combs. Our side worked it out. Combs again has it. Down low he goes. Frankie Young almost lost it, and they're going to call a double dribble on him. Croucher with a good defense. And the Braves get it back, so now an energy surge by the Braves. We take a look at the last two shots. Good athletic plays. First by Evan James, and then Tommy Wickler with his attempt. Officials here discussing the call. I believe they want to see where the inbound is, and they will happen on the baseline there at the other end of the court. Josh DeWitt to David Croucher.
The Harrison coaching staff has been very vocal this entire game. They feel as if there's calls haven't been going their way, but at the end of the day, fouls don't lie, and Talawanda's getting hammered with them.
Ty Hornsby drew that one there on his charge to the hoop, and it will be whistled against Harrison. That will be their third of the half. Hornsby here with a chance to tie it at the line makes the first one. He is a pretty good free throw shooter, 63.3%, second best on the team. And that one can't go for him either. So here come the Wildcats back down in a 1-point game. CJ Young works it out to his brother Frankie. Cole Combs. Frankie Young going against Evan James. Couldn't get that one to go. Hornsby almost lost it out of bounds. Evan James in to save the day. That pass got tipped on its way down low. He's looking for DeWitt under the hoop, and it'll come out on Harrison. Braves will get this one back with 4:39 to go here in the third quarter.
You know, we've talked about the keys that Talawanda's going to have to bring in this second half, but what about Harrison? Coming out, they're going to need to shut down the two-headed monster of DeWitt and Hornsby, because those two have been the majority of the points scored. And right now, we have Hornsby, who's dropped 13, and DeWitt, who's dropped 9.
CJ Young couldn't drop that one, gets it right back, takes it down, and he gets fouled. Pretty aggressive play there by Josh DeWitt. And CJ Young right in his face, clapping. And they're going to call a technical. It was a pretty aggressive play. Young went tumbling to the floor. They will call the foul against DeWitt. Let's see what else.
This is the kind of trouble that happened last Friday when DeWitt got fouled out. So he's going to need to keep his mouth shut if he wants to stay in this game, because he has been a very valuable asset for this entire game. And I don't think that this is going to change except when he fouls out.
I believe the tactical was against CJ Young, and the official still trying to work this thing out right now.
Because if this stands, this will be Josh DeWitt's third foul, and he will be in foul trouble with 4:20 left of the third period. And he's going to have a big fourth quarter for this Braves team.
So on the board, they put one foul up for CJ Young, his first of the game. And let's see, now a conference between the officials, Josh DeWitt, and also Frankie Young. And CJ Young is ready to shoot free throws right now. So I guess he'll get his 2 for the initial foul, the shooting foul that was whistled against DeWitt on his charge to the hoop. And DeWitt, as you see there, lectured by the coaches. Been a pretty undisciplined player so far this year. First one is no good by CJ. And we'll see John Beckett come into the game for Talawanda. His first trip in tonight.
Well, you know, some of that being undisciplined is just pure passion. We've seen this entire year that when Josh DeWitt scores or he makes a big play, he's got passion and he wants everyone to know, because he's been a pick-me-up and an energy boost to this Talawanda team.
CJ Young couldn't make it there, and another foul whistled. Braves fans don't like that one, as it was Connor Kinnett who had the ball along the baseline. Evan James, with a little nudge on him that they called down. And now C.J. Young is out of this game. And Spencer Kinnett in to replace him.
And he's getting an earful right now on the Harrison sideline.
Inbound coming from Combs. This one comes out off Talawanda. And Craig James will come back in for the Braves. And John Beckett quickly out. Harrison with it here, charging in were the Wildcats, and we'll get another foul whistle against the Braves. This time it's Hornsby.
These refs are being relentless. They've had basically in the second half, a lot of controversial calls. And in the end of this game, it's going to be a matter of who's still going to be in as of right now and who hasn't fouled out.
As you look up and down the scoreboard, plenty of players in foul trouble for either team. First shot no good by Connor Kinnett. Nobody out there right now for Harrison that has more than one, but for Talawanda, a couple players with 3 out there. And Evan James and looks like Tommy Winkler.
But you have Evan James, who's basically been your spark plug along with Josh DeWitt. And DeWitt's on the bench right now because of his emotions. And then you have your utility guy, Tommy Winkler, who going on along in this game could be a valuable asset to this team. So it's just it's not a very good situation for this Talawanda team if they want to come back and win this game.
Another foul against Harrison. Hornsby the shot there. That one no good. Connor Kinnett with the rebound for Harrison. It's a 2-point game. Very close between either team. Cole Combs works it out. Here's a 3 attempt. A little too short. Rebound to Talawanda. David Croucher, nice athletic play. Evan James up for Tommy Winkler. Croucher wide open, thought about the 3, charges in, gets one out. Craig James, the 3 attempt, that one an air ball. And Harrison will slowly take it back. Combs, the point guard.
Spin one way, go another. Mike, get up tall.
He has it far side. Gave one up for Connor Kinnett. Connor trying to work down low here. Spencer Kinnett moving in, got stripped by Evan James, and Evan James with the ball now for the Braves. Goes down the court, and Tommy Winkler gets the pass and puts it in, and this game is now tied at 35.
Just like that, we talked about the utility man. Tommy can make a big play when it needs to happen.
There's a 3, that's good by Harrison. Up ahead they go, so now it's a 3-point Wildcat lead. Craig James, now Evan. He gets a 3 of his own. That one no good either. Hornsby rushing for the rebound. It's picked up by Spencer Kinnett. 2:35 to go in the third quarter. A 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Cole Combs, that one goes off Evan James and out of bounds.
The Young brothers are coming back into the game.
So they'll throw CJ back in, also Frankie. And Combs will hold for Harrison. CJ Young, Combs a wide open 3, no good. They fight for the rebound. James got the lucky bounce for the Braves. Evan up the floor with it, across center. Gets one off for David Croucher. Finds Craig James along the far side and works it down low for Hornsby. Hornsby there working against Connor Kinnett. He got thrown down hard to the floor. That was a very aggressive play, and both players just trying to go for the ball and get another look. Frankie Young will be whistled. And Hornsby's going to shoot 2. That is the 3rd foul of the game for Frankie Young. And Logan Weber, the senior, ready to check in for Harrison. So Hornsby with a chance to make it a 2-point game. And he will not make the first one. Tie with 6 points on the night. And the second one no good. Cole Combs. Dishes one off. Jared Seal had it for Harrison. Combs again in the corner, gave it up for Seal. Seal another three attempt. A little too short off the rim. Comes back out. Evan James in a fast break now. As Winkler with him. Passes one down low. Here is David Croucher, the jumper. That one went too wide. And Jared Seal with the rebound for the Wildcats.
That could have been a huge momentum burst for Talawanda.
Ball on the floor. They threw it up, and they're going to point and say, well, they're going to say that Harrison got the timeout with possession. And they will spend their second timeout of the game. You look here, that was CJ Young in there for Harrison. And he was able to get the timeout off before Evan James got the ball. So the game's kind of settled in here in the second half. 1:24 to go in quarter number 3. It's a 3-point game. Remains close, Dalton. What's the key now for either team?
For Talawanda, Josh DeWitt, Josh DeWitt, Josh DeWitt. It'll be interesting to see if coming out of timeout, if they're going to put Josh DeWitt back in this game. Because as of right now, he's been the difference maker in this game. And he's put up basically big numbers when he's been in. And he's been the difference maker. For Harrison, they need to have CJ Young shoot more threes and shut this Talawanda team down, because if Talawanda can't get any momentum going, there's absolutely zero to little chance that they have a chance of coming back in this game.
Last game of the month of January for the Harrison Wildcats. They don't play till next Friday versus Little Miami. A 7:30 start in Harrison. The Braves play tomorrow. It'll be a quick turnaround. They travel an hour and a half away to Knightstown, Indiana. And if you've ever seen the old basketball movie Hoosiers, they will be playing in that same gym. That movie was filmed in the Hoosier gym in Knightstown against Franklin County, Indiana. And that game will be played at noon tomorrow. So they'll have to travel a little bit and then play the game tomorrow at noon. So it'll be a pretty quick turnaround for them. 2 games in about 24 hours. A little less than 24 hours, actually. A lot of players excited for that opportunity to play in such a historic spot. A lot of them had watched the movie as well. They were excited to play where it was filmed. So that'll be a good opportunity for the Braves tomorrow, but they have this game to finish off first, and there's less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Harrison working it around the arc. Jared Seal up for Cole Combs. 43 seconds to go. Talawanda defense gets a little bit more aggressive here. Combs hands it off. CJ Young almost slipped. They wanted to travel. Craig James down hard to the floor. No call there. That three no good by Harrison. Craig James still down. Evan picked up the ball, and now he's in to check on his brother. And the Talawanda medical staff out to tend to him. Half of the Talawanda parents are standing on their feet and want a foul. There is no foul. Tim Reed is halfway out on the floor. The student section is standing up booing. Can't really tell what the problem is on Craig James, but it looks like he's going to come out.
And his brother Evan is right there in the mix. He wants an answer for why his brother is on the ground. He feels as if this team has been pushed around this entire season, and these emotions are coming out late in this third quarter.
Didn't really see what happened. It looked like possibly he got a hand up high or something, but he's actually good to come right back in. And he will. Here's a look. Yeah, he got an elbow right in the face from CJ Young. Good work there in the truck by our ICRC team. And now the officials are going to discuss this, I guess. They obviously don't have the luxury of replay if they're trying to look for a foul, which I'm going to guess they probably wouldn't do at this point. Ryan Heenis is going to come in for the Braves. And it appears to me that Craig James will not be back in.
I think due to the reason that he was hurt and they had to take a timeout in this game, they're going to have to sit him for at least a little while. And right now, I think Evan James is out for blood.
Evan James with a 3 attempt there. Couldn't get it to go. 14 seconds left. Hornsby gets the rebound, but gave it right for Cole Combs. Combs down the floor. Tipped by Evan James. He's going to lose it out of bounds, and Harrison will get it. You can see the emotion right now on Evan James. The 6'3" senior wants it in a 3-point game with exactly 7 seconds left. Nice inbound play, and they get in a basket. David Croucher out near side, less than a second. Launches one up. Oh, that was pretty close. About 2 inches to the right of the hoop, and that would have been in. So we end quarter number 3, and it's a 5-point Harrison lead. A pretty eventful third quarter. A lot of emotions, Dalton. A little bit of everything in that quarter. It sets up a pretty eventful fourth.
This quarter that just happened has been monumental in how this game is going to go. Right now you're looking, Evan James has 3 fouls. Josh DeWitt, who also has 3. Tommy Winkler also has 3. Right now, those are 2 key players. If they're gone, then Harrison has a wide open alley on winning this game. And this one game back from being last and being behind Talawanda, it's going to be demolished. Because if Harrison gets on this run, it's going to be hard for Talawanda to come back, especially when CJ Young puts up these shots. And as of right now, Harrison doesn't care if they're getting mouthy. They have one person over 1 foul. They have fouls to give compared to Talawanda, who right now they can't afford to give fouls.
The bottom 2 teams in the SWAC battling it out here. Of course, you remember we mentioned very early on in the broadcast that these 2 teams last played on Friday, December 22nd. And Harrison beating Talawanda by a pretty healthy score in Harrison. 62-47 was that game. Of course, both teams have certainly gotten better since then. And that was the first one of the year for Harrison. All the way back then, a team that has only gotten wins against Talawanda and Taylor this year, and the only win in the conference has been against this Braves team. So Harrison with the ball here to start things off in the fourth, and David Croucher almost able to break up that play. And the refs here are going to say this ball goes to Harrison. Well, the Talawanda fans arguing that one. Frankie Young works it all the way outside. Jared Seal had it, Cole Combs. You feel the tension inside right now. It's pretty high. Connor Kinnett. Combs worked it free. There's a 3 attempt. No good by Harrison. And the rebound picked up by Hornsby. Evan James back down the court. A little over 30 seconds into the quarter. Works it in. Nice move there. Puts it up there. And that was no good. Here's Harrison now, and that is a 3. That's good by Jared Seal. It is a 43-35 lead now. 7 points. Craig James with the ball now for the Braves. Craig James gets it off. Ty Hornsby the shot. That one no good. And there is a putback by Evan James. Braves get 2 out of the possession. Cole Combs up ahead in a 6-point game. 6:40 to go in it. Long pass across. Connor Kinnett nearly lost it out of bounds. Braves on him quickly. That's Evan James and David Croucher. Kinnett trying to work free. And Harrison will call a timeout. Let's take another look at that last play when the ball went out of bounds and all the Talawanda parents were yelling. And let's see here who it goes out on. Oh, that's a pretty easy call to make if you ask me. Although 2 players touched it there for a second. It looked like that was Hornsby in there for the Braves. Couldn't tell who it was for Harrison. But they don't have the slow motion replay. They have to make the call in a split second. And of course, everybody else in the crowd is a referee too.
Most definitely. This game has been controversial as enough, and just throwing out calls like that, it's going to make this game very interesting towards the end.
Yep. But obviously, if that call does go in the Braves' direction, that changes the impact of this game, not only on the scoreboard possibly, but momentum-wise. That was a big call the Braves didn't like, especially that one followed by the Craig James injury when he went down. And the Talawanda fans wanted a call on that one too. Here's another 3 from the corner, and that was good. Wildcats with a 9-point lead, and the Braves starting to fall apart here. 6 points on the night for Jared Seal. Evan James, Ty Horsby, offensive foul. And only adds fuel to the fire on the Talawanda bench.
My projection is that if Harrison gets another point, Talawanda's going to take a timeout immediately because this lead is getting awfully lengthy, and this is not a situation Talawanda wants to be in right now.
Surprised they haven't taken one already. 3 left for the Braves, and you look at Tim Reed there. Braves do not want to lose this one. Cole Combs. Connor Kinnett. Evan James in defense there. Works it down low. Here's CJ Young. Connor Kinnett again. And a flop there by Craig James, able to draw the offensive foul.
Flops have been a reoccurring thing in this game.
Possibly pulled a few salesman tricks out of his pocket on that one. Craig James, though, gets it to Croucher.
But, you know, we might laugh about that now, but hey, Talawanda has the ball back, and they can make a play as of right now.
And now they have a single bonus, too, with 7 fouls for the Wildcats. This happens 6 for the Braves. David Croucher, that pass almost picked off. Evan James gets it, works it out. Croucher the 3, that's big. Oh, it went in and out. That one would have changed the momentum a lot, but the Braves just couldn't get it to fall through. Here's Connor Kinnett. They'll need a big stop here. CJ Young. Down in the corner they go. Seal, Frankie Young, working against Hornsby. Dishes one out there. Talawanda fans wanted another call there. Cole Combs in the paint. Dribbling now and getting the shot. A nice athletic play was Connor Kinnett, averaging 10.4 points per game this season, and he is up to 10 already tonight. 4:35 to go in the 4th.
Talawanda needs to score, and they need to score fast because this lead is getting way too...
Well, this is interesting. Foul whistle there. One official had the foul against Harrison, the other against Talawanda. You see the back official. That's going to be an offensive foul. That's going to be the call they go with.
See, in a foul like that, when neither referee really knows which one actually did the foul, there's no reason to call that, especially in a high game like this with both teams struggling as much as they are.
This one comes out of bounds. Harrison coach took the ball and slammed it down to the floor.
And see, there's absolutely no call for that when your team's up by 9 points. Come on.
Talawanda fans wanted a technical. Here's Craig James with it. This game has a lot of emotion in it. Evan James down low. They work this one up. Picked up by Harrison. CJ Young going down. David Croucher there defending him. And now we get a foul whistle before the 3 attempt. And having trouble trying to figure this one out. Looks like it's an offensive foul against Harrison. Frankie Young. And that will be his 4th.
Now both teams will be in 1-1 territory.
Craig James for Evan, 3:45 to go in the 4th. Back to Craig, long 3 attempt, no good. And CJ Young with it, players falling all over the floor. Trying to carry it, stops before half court, plays a long one down. Frankie Young now near side. Works it for Kinnett, and the end one, he gets it to go. And now it's a 13-point lead for the Harrison Wildcats. Craig James whistled for the foul, and I do not believe they're going to count the points, actually. Just 1-and-1 free throws will come for Connor Kinnett. And nonetheless, now an 11-point lead for Harrison, and Kinnett will make that one.
If you look at the scoreboard right now, there is only one player that does not have 3 fouls for this Talawanda team, and that is David Croucher. This is going to be monumental because everyone's in foul trouble, every single starter. And if you look at, compared to Harrison, they ain't got no one that's got any foul trouble.
Croucher's got it here. Craig James, long three, and that one no good. He just can't get that 3-ball to work tonight. Usually reliable in that category. Here's C.J. Young now. Braves with some pressure in the backcourt. Connor Kinnett charges in, gets the shot off and in. Braves need some points fast. Inside 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Craig James for Evan. Thought about the three. C.J. Young missed it. Down low, Tommy Winkler trying to get the shot off, but a foul whistled before that. And this will be against Mike Browning. On the look, Browning, number 34. So some free throws coming here for Tommy Winkler. And he can't make it. Braves almost got the rebound tie up there between Connor Kinnett and Evan James. Connor Kinnett with the ball. They're going to have to get it across half court here soon. Cole Combs, they get it across to Frankie Young. 2:26 to go in the game. Frankie Young, top of the key, works it down low. C.J. Young for Harrison. Now Frankie Young. Near side, here's Seal, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Tommy Winkler.
There'll probably be a body, and that'll be his fourth.
So now, like you mentioned, Dalton, he has 4, and a bunch of other Braves out there currently have 3. One player we haven't seen in a while is Josh DeWitt. Shots coming at the line here. First one no good, but the rebound to the Harrison Wildcats.
If I'm Harrison, I'm wanting to shoot around. Because right now, you make this 3, that's a nail in the coffin play.
There's a 2. C.J. Young down low.
That will easily work too.
1:50 to go, 53-37 to score. Evan James, the shot, he gets fouled though. And we'll see if this is either 2 or 3 shots. And it's against C.J. Young. And James here will shoot. Let's get another look at that well-executed play by the Wildcats. Evan James, first shot is good. Down one in a double bonus territory now. Down 53-38 with $1:47 left. And Evan James will make that one too. So it looks like they will give him 3 shots. And we'll see a few new players in there. Blake Bryan in for Talawanda. Frankie Young in for Harrison. Bryan's first appearance of the game. And making all 3 was Evan James. And Ryan Heenis will replace him. Heenis, the 6'2 junior, appeared in every game this year except 1 for the Braves, averaging 1.1 points per game. 13-point lead for the Wildcats. See when the Braves start to foul here. Connor Kinnett. They get it out to a wide open Seal. He'll just wait. And now Connor Kinnett again. Croucher on him. Kinnett top of the key, charges down low. Foul by Winkler. And he almost was able to get it past there for the and 1 play.
If that's Winkler, he's done for the day. And that will be it for Tommy Winkler.
Winkler fouls out. Another look at the play there. That's kind of one you got to take if you're Talawanda. So Kinnett will shoot in a 13-point game, and we'll see some more substitutions. Blake Bryan out, so is Ryan Heenis. Ty Hornsby in for the Braves. So is Evan James and Matthew Bowling. Harrison making no substitutions. Kinnett He makes that one. Well, definitely a Harrison team that was down early. They weathered the storm in the second quarter, and looks like they'll be able to pull this one out. Not over yet, but it's looking pretty good for them. Evan James down low. Comes back out to him. Charging inside the paint. Got the defense to collapse. Ball on the floor, picked up by the Wildcats. Connor Kinnett. 3 players on him. Ty Horsby gets the ball, takes it down for the layup, misses. Evan James is put back, no good. CJ Young now is rustled and tussled there, and then will whistle the foul against the Braves. Exactly a minute to go in the fourth quarter. Both teams in the double bonus, and another look at the scrappiness.
Too many flops. Way too many flops.
Definitely has been a pretty physical, rough game. And that's what Harrison wanted. They wanted to turn it into that sort of grind-you-out kind of game, and it's worked here on Talawanda tonight. They came in, like I mentioned, weathering the storm and was able to put points up when they needed to. And the Braves didn't quite do that at the times that they had to. Hornsby out, James out, Craig James out, and Evan James out, and so is Croucher. And Harrison will take most of their people out too.
It appears this last minute will basically be a JV game.
Honest way to put it. CJ Young at the line. Makes it. And CJ Young will come out in the rest of this game, and Harrison will put out AJ Hellman in his place, only appearing in 4 games this year for the Wildcats. This 6'1" junior. Less than a minute to go. Nick Freimeyer out for Matthew Bowling. Near side they play it. Here's Blake Bryan trying to move in and get off a shot. That one no good. Rebound to Harrison. Connor Kinnett with 37 to go. Kinnett near side, works this one out. Kinnett again with it. Far side, try to go there. And this one will be whistled down because of a foul with 20.7 to go. Blake Bryan. First one is good by Hellman. AJ Hellman again. Well, missed that one, and it comes out. Harrison with the rebound again. 11 seconds to go, and this will be taken back by Connor Kinnett. The Harrison Wildcats come into Oxford and beat the Braves by a score of 18 points, 58-40 your final. And that will do it from Oxford. The Wildcats come in and get a quality win against a quality team. Their overall record improves to 3-12 overall, now 2-6 in the SWAG. Braves fall to 3-13, 1-6 in the SWAG. And Dalton, your final thoughts on this one?
It's been a rough season for Talawanda, and it just keeps escalating. It's been a hard year. Let's just hope that we get at least one more win and then maybe carry a little bit of momentum into the playoffs. For Harrison, they played a heck of a game. A little bit of trouble in turnovers early, but straightened it out together. And what about CJ Young, dropping 23 points tonight, basically been the player for the game for this Harrison team.
He was definitely a big story. And we take a look at the final highlights for this one. So for Dalton Norris, Jason Dudley, our producer, all of our entire hardworking ICRC-TV crew, this is Patrick Eschen saying so long and good night from Talawanda High School in Oxford, Ohio. A 58-40 win for the Harrison Wildcats. This has been SWAT Sports Hoops on ICRC-TV.